property. Only one in the area. Physical media is not that big of a thing nowadays, so although it's seen a recent resurgence. So, brings you in today. What are you looking for? Okay, just a couple movies. Maybe a TV show. You're going on a trip? Okay, camping trip. And you have a portable DVD player, so you're looking for some things to bring. Well, if you let me know what you're into, I could see what we have in stock. Yeah, okay. What else? I have good taste in genres. And a personal recommendation. Alright. Alright, well, let me see what we have. Okay, I'm back, and I figured I'd show you some of my recommendations first. So, recommendation number one. This is my personal favorite movie of all time. Midsommar. Starring Florence Pugh. Written and directed by Ari Aster. Via A24 Productions. As you can tell, I'm a fan. A24, and it's the May Queen Emperor. So, you should have known I was going to recommend this one. You've never seen it, well, I have to say, I think you're in for a treat. It's not for everybody, but if you're into theatrics, you'll love it. Alright, dear, after a family tragedy, a young American couple joins some friends at a Midsommar festival in a remote Swedish village. What begins as a carefree summer holiday takes a sinister turn when the insular villagers invite their guests to partake in festivities that grow increasingly unnerving and viscerally disturbing. From the visionary mind of Ari Aster comes the dread-soaked cinematic fairy tale where a world of darkness unfolds in broad daylight. To me, that description does not even begin to do it justice. I do not even view this as a horror movie at all. Ari Aster himself said it's more like a breakup film, but yeah. Almost the entire movie takes place in broad daylight. And so you get some really stunning visuals. And actually, if you do decide to rent that, since I'm such a fan of the movie, I will throw in for free of any extra charge the entire screenplay. Beautiful. I mean, that's what I mean about the imagery. Look at how beautiful that is. I mean, it's a great cast. Of course, Florence has an amazing performance in it, but the whole cast performs exceptionally well. But that's enough about that. You wanted a couple of movies, so I know you wanted something with a little bit more action in it, so this is the Blade trilogy. will say Blade Trinity is okay. The second one is pretty good, but the first one is a classic. If you don't know, what they would call Blade is a daywalker, because he is half vampire and he hunts vampires. But I have loved this movie since I was a kid, and I grew up watching it. I still watch it at least once a year. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Wesley Snipes as Blade. If you don't know, I highly recommend renting this one. Absolute great film that I cannot say enough good things about. I'm sorry if I'm not good at describing movies that well, but you'll just have to take my word for it. That I'm sure you would like this. This cult classic favorite, Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you know about this, you know. I know some of you do. I mean, I know some people do. But, once again, not for everybody's taste, but to me, yes, I've watched this since I was a kid. One of the first movies I remember ever seeing, if not the first. But I love the theatrics in this. It's essentially a musical. But this is another one you'll just have to take my word on. And I think you will thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy it. Now, those are some of my recommendations. Well, everything I have here, of course, is personal recommendations, but I tried to go based off of what you said you were kind of into, so yeah. Let's break it up a little bit. You said that you were looking for a show, maybe to watch, a series, so you could have a little bit more runtime. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of my favorite series in right now, like Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Stranger Things, the first 4 seasons at least. We won't talk about the 5th season, but we don't have a lot of that in right now. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we don't have all that right now, so this isn't. I highly recommend this though. This actually would be one of my favorite series as well. Fantasy Island. If you don't know, Tattoo and Mr. Rourke. Mr. Rourke runs Fantasy Island, where they can make any desire you have come true, at least for the weekend. However, people's desires aren't always what they may think they'd be like. And Mr. Rourke always finds a way to teach them a lesson that turns out to be pretty valuable. This is from the 80s, most of this show, I think. So yeah, welcome to Fantasy Island. Smiles, everyone, smiles. It's the fabulous first season of Fantasy Island, the mysterious Pacific paradise where anything can and will happen. Join Mr. Rourke and his assistant Tattoo as they welcome their very special guests for a weekend stay to make their fondest dreams and wishes come true. So, this only has 16 episodes, but there's a lot more seasons of this if you finish this and enjoy it. Actually, they only made 3 seasons on DVD. God knows why. But I can't say enough good. This is my ultimate comfort show. I only watch it late night. Late night, bored, nothing to do. This is my ultimate comfort show. It really is. Highly recommend it. Okay. Now, I know you were looking for a comedy, so I'm gonna recommend this classic right here. I'm sure most people know about this already. It's just a classic movie. I'm gonna go ahead and share maybe an unpopular opinion, but the second and third ones I actually like much better than the first one. And I find them to be way more funnier. Although this is hilarious in its own right. But next Friday and Friday after next are my favorites. Friday after next, it's kind of a holiday movie, but I think that would be my favorite out of them. They kind of change up the cast a little bit. I mean, Ice Cube is still in it, but of course, but I enjoy the new cast members that are at it. But yeah, I'm sure most of you have seen this. Most people have seen this already, so you may have seen it already, but I think it would still be a good movie to take with you. And I know I already showed you Blade for action movies, but another sort of superhero movie. Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, the original trilogy with Tobey Maguire. These are the very best Spider-Man movies. I love the MCU movies, don't get me wrong, but I'm a big fan of them, but this is what superhero movies should be like, in my opinion. A very unpopular opinion, but it's just what I grew up with. My favorite Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield, but I will say the original trilogy is notably better. Although I do prefer the first Amazing Spider-Man, I think, to the first Spider-Man. But part 2 and 3 more to make up for it. And I know a lot of people don't care for part 3 that much, but that's my favorite one. So, highly, highly recommend these films right here. Yep. I'll put them aside. And the last recommendation. I know you wanted something a little more like a thriller, kind of scary movie. So I'm gonna recommend a classic here, Silence of the Lambs. If you know, you know. I've said it about every movie, I think. I'm beginning to think that's just something I say, but kind of like a psychological thriller. I would describe this as, but it's a classic movie. Yeah. Should I add it to your collection? Perfect. And Midsommar. And I'm including the screenplay in, but I have to put it down so we know it's out. But I will deduct the cost of it. Blade. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Spider-Man trilogy. Silence of the Lambs. Friday. And the Fantasy Island first season. Okay, so that brings your total